the solution.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. I am the Solution, your baby mama's favorite fragrance guy, back with another video.
I want you to put the word out there that we back up. Understand me? We back up.
Yo, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Drop down in those comments, chop it up with me, give me your take on what I'm going to discuss today, and discuss today on these fragrances. Let's get into it. How did I find about Paris Corner? Burlington. I got heavy on the Gourmand thing after the Kismet Magic and the Camera line were introduced to me by Nevers. My bad. It actually started with Nevers by Lattafah, an awesome vanilla scent fragrance from their Pride line, and that's really what got it started for me. Then I started getting to Kismet Magic and the Camera line. So Paris Corner obviously is a Middle Eastern brand.
Yes, they make some things alike.
Like some other brands, use your imagination. It's a big brand that does a lot of gourmands. But I really think Paris Corner has nailed it to the point where they created a subline to address their dominance.
Allegedly.
In the Gourmand line of scents. So we're going to talk about some of the heavy hitters that rolled out here that got me in a stranglehold and pulled me in. And every time I would say, I'm like, I gotta get those. I've gotta get those. In this particular lineup, there's a fourth one. And I'm not putting it on there because it's a leather-based scent, but you have Fusion, okay? Check out the scent notes on the screen and you'll see why. I believe this one is Lychee-based. I love it. And one on here, you'll notice there's a lot missing out of this bottle, and there's a story behind it. Yeah, a lot of these are for women, and you're probably saying that, hey, the Solution, that's for women. If I like the scent notes, I like it. We'll leave it at that, okay? I like it. I'm just not gonna wear a lot of it. You have the Care Pistachio. Now, I know for certain she has this one. And this is one I forget about all the time. I only wore it a few times. Yeah, kind of similar to the Fusion, but it has clearly that pistachio scent note in it, and I think there's almonds in here as well. But the scent notes will be on the screen. But yes, this is one I forget about from time to time. Now the last one, oh boy, yeah, look how much is gone out of it. My lady loves this. It's called Confection. These are my confections. Yeah, and she just figured out that this works great on her, and she's been killing it. Next up is the Maj line. I already talked about these on Kix Griffey channel. I love these three scents. I love these. Now, I told you in the video, I'm not gonna keep talking about it and stuff like that. I want you to go watch his video, how I break these down and why these are so popular, and if men and women lean to certain ones or not, or men and women like all three. I'll talk about that in the video, so I'm not gonna make any glue about that. Next up is the Taskeen Caramel Cascade. Now, this is actually my second bottle because the first bottle I bought, something was wrong with the atomizer. And I was like, oh man, every time I spray it, it just kind of blows out. So I was able to fix it, and I gave it to my daughter. At first, she didn't want it, but I know why she took it. She has ELIXIR, and you know about ELIXIR with Lattafah. These are very similar, but there's some difference. I want to say it's some kind of latonic scent in here. If you know about that note, that makes it a little different. But some people say it's too close to ELIXIR for them to really appreciate this. One thing about this one, because of that latonic note, look at the notes on the screen, I believe it's in there, it's going to smell somewhat synthetic initially. Be patient. A lot of people write that in the comments about a lot of Middle Eastern scents, but you don't have what I call nose patience. Okay, something I developed via me going, nope, I give it away. Kind of keeping with that scent profile is Date Caramel. Now, a lot of people talk about this one because they do layering with it. and I get it. Now, this particular one, there's two of them, if I'm not mistaken. I actually have both, and I'm looking at it right now. You've probably seen them. This was an impulse buy because how people talked about it, and I said, that could be interesting. Get caramel. I love caramel scents. It's very smooth, very rich, very creamy.
Pause, bro.
Just a nice takeaway from the chocolate scents and the cacaos and stuff like that, and it gives you somewhat of slightly bitterness to it as well with the dates. So yes, this kind of smells like a really expensive coffee. So I see why people were mixing this with light vanillas to kind of warm it up, if you will, and sweeten it out a little bit more. But yeah, I want to spray it out. My fans right here, so I probably need to do that. Yes, very expensive coffee is what you get from that. If that's not what you're looking for, don't. All right, now I told you a lot of people get this when they layer it, and it's very, very nice. I tried it myself. I did it with Nebris. I did it with Ognum, which a lot of women have taken over Ognum. That's fine. That's cool. I love that for everyone. But I've layered. I'm like, yes, that's exactly what I was looking for. That's the scent. So yeah, guys, you're like, man, why would I want to smell like coffee? It's different. I'm a gourmand guy. I like stuff like that. Now it's brother or sister, Molten Caramel, another Burlington stalwart. People like, why are you telling people that the whole gatekeeping thing with Burlington has been out the window for quite some time. Everybody knows about it. That's why their price is going up and they blame the tariffs. I wish I would have shot a video about the cashier not talking about that, but I didn't. She's like, oh, the tariffs. I'm like, you all realize that they got popular. Yeah. Molten Caramel. It does, in fact, smell like warm, heated up caramel. And I think that's why I like it. Think about if you got you know how you have the syrup that you can put in your coffee, and it gets, the coffee's hot and it's wafting and things. You're like, it smells great. All right. You get that vibe from it. It's very pleasant. It's very light. You can't go wrong. Paris Corner, man. You all wondering why I'm doing that, because my ceiling fan, it gets warm in here, you all, with the lights and stuff, and the sun's right here during the early part of the days. It's kind of early over here, but I like it. It can be warm by itself, but a lot of people talk about these for layering purposes. You see me look over my screens right there, that's why. For layering purposes, a lot of people get those too. Check them out if you're into that type of coffee, caramel, cacao, that sweet, creamy type vibe right there with the vanillas and all that stuff. You won't be upset. Now, next up is one I just recently got, and I was curious about this one. This is another Taskine, which is a subline of Paris Corner, which they do have a couple of sublines, by the way. And it's Lattafah Divina. And I read the notes. I was curious, and I said, you know something? I may not like this one because it's some floral stuff in here. I'm very cautious about floral notes because they do not agree with all the time. And I had this thing like, yeah, that's for the ladies. That's for the ladies. But when done right, and it's not leading the charge with the scent, I'm okay with floral notes from time to time. Well, Lattafah Divina shocked me. Obviously, there's a what's it called? The lactose base note that's in here that gives it its creaminess. Yeah, I gotta spray it down because of the ceiling fans right there. Now, there's some kind of gives like a cucumber vibe, and I'll say if you put this on with like Bath and Body Works cucumber melon, it's really going to do work. It's going to do work. And it says it's unisex. It smells like I shouldn't like it, honestly.
How, Sway? Take a few.
But that lactose that's in there, if you look at the scent notes on the screen, you're going to see why it warms up to me, and it makes it that edible kind of thing. That's why I like Gourmands. It gives that edible vibe, and I'm not mad at it. It actually performs extremely well. I was shocked. But women may like this more than us gentlemen. I know you all have seen this everywhere. This was going crazy on social media for a bit. Juicy Melange. Now, if, like I mentioned earlier, if you're not a fan of this, all right, or vice versa, all right, you're not a fan of this, and you went over here, and you could do this. It's very, very close. Very, very close. But candy base. I thought my daughter would like this. Shockingly, wifey doesn't like it, but she loves the confection. I'm shocked. And sometimes, you know, my daughter's like, well, I have something that smells like this. And I'm like, okay, but this is powerful. Okay, so be careful when you wear this one right here. $24.99 of yeah, it's beastly. A lot of people say the projection isn't good enough, or the longevity. No. When I wore this hung out. This is just chilling with me all day. Okay, no reapplies. It was chilling with me all day. So I learned, be careful with this one. Juicy Melange by Paris Corner, one of the better gourmands they have out there as far as projection, okay, and longevity. Next up is the Pear Potion, and this is one I was looking for, and I thought my daughter would like this one too, but I think she's been in here. And it's another one I keep forgetting about, and it's amazing. It's amazing. The pear is really, it's there. It's probably got some apple in it, something like that as well. But do check out the scent notes on the screen. Oh my goodness. Fellas, if you're a gourmand guy like me, and you like these sweet and vanilla based and cacao based, that coffee deal, if you will. When it comes to fruitiness,
pause, bro.
God. This is oh man, this is incredible, and it performs well too. It performs extremely well. I can see why the ladies like it. The guys that are in the Gourmand games, they talk about it quite a bit. So Paris Corner, the king, you hear me, with an A of gourmands.
In my opinion,
these are my words. All right, I'm not speaking for everybody else. I don't know everybody on this planet, but my opinion from my collection, sire, they have entered the building. Yes, Paris Corner is the king.
See, the king, stay the king.
This one, they cloned a clone, if that makes sense. Ajay, all right, or Ajay. I think it's Ajay, and if I'm not mistaken, let me get with my geography brain for a second. I want to say this is a neighborhood near Mecca. I think. I'm not for certain. Drop down in the comments. Talk. I'm a big geography nerd because this is crazy. It's essentially the exact bottle, and knowing these Middle Eastern brands, this is a subsidiary. Please correct me in the comments. I didn't research it. I do these on the fly, you all. I don't proclaim to be all knowing. Now, people have talked about this particular one and said it underperforms. Somewhat. And I'm kind of like, where were you wearing this? Okay? Where were you wearing this? What were you doing? Now, I'm kind of biased because I went to work and wore this, and people inquired about it. And it's vanilla and caramel. And yes, it hits very well. The vanilla is very, very dominant in the scent. It does stay on you quite a bit. Some people don't like it because it's close to this. Yeah. You'll like it. But if you read the reviews, people slam this one and say it does not perform like it should. The longevity isn't there. I'm the solution. Your baby mamas favorite fragrance guy, and I'm out of here.